What?
Meanwhile.
What's going on, guys? Still here. And, well, I apologize in advance for what I would say is probably going to be a pretty lackluster video on the 2S38. I've been trying to play this thing for the past 2 days, and I just haven't really enjoyed any of it. I mean, I just haven't really found any ideal spots or getting the maps that I know I could probably use this vehicle well with. I mean, it's just, if you're hull down, you only have 5 degrees of gun depression, and you really can't put this vehicle anywhere because it doesn't have the hydro-pneumatic suspension that the BMP3 gets. So, while it is on paper a pretty good tank, and I have seen a lot of people do really well with it, I just personally haven't really found a match that was kind of enjoyable. I think the main issue with this tank is that it's at 9.7, which means that it's just constant terms. This thing itself, obviously, because this is a 9090 GE Premium, and the SU-25, I mean, this thing is pretty much just in the worst battle rating bracket that there is possible, and I was getting a lot of up tiers. They were either 10.3 or they were full 10.7 up tiers, and it was pretty bad. Especially now that they've moved all of the good Abrams tanks that were like at 10.3 or whatever, and now there's just a whole lineup at 10.7. Russia or America doesn't even have a 10.3 lineup anymore. It's just constant full up tiers. So while I think that this vehicle could be good in a certain aspect, I think it's just relegated to being a fire support vehicle and kind of like a secondary AA tank. It's kind of like the Bagel Panzer, but without the ATGM, so you're just limited to the gun. I feel like I would prefer this thing in maybe like an 11.0 lineup, again as a support vehicle and not as a main vehicle. Anyways, that's enough with the post-commentary steal. Now we'll hop over to the live gameplay. Side note, this thing has the Puma syndrome. It's really, really loud. That was a nice shot. Oh, and not being able to cancel your repair was an annoying bug, but it's a good thing they fixed that now. You're telling me this Abrams can't go toe-to-toe with all these hull-down lepers and just eat them with KEW? Oh, great. Nice. Thank God. Oh, that was a lot. Oh, never mind, a Roland. Oh, Roland and that was a lot. Did that just blow my rocket? Yep, it did. Amazing. I fired at a dead one. And then he got yeeted. Great gameplay loop, Gaijin.
Later.
Well, this thing is just kind of nuts, but I can't find a position to really get into it, and when I do go hull down, I just get ammo racked with a shell that wasn't even blacked out. It was just dark red. I don't even know what the fuck that is. It's a Type 87! How am I not penning him? Like, what? What was that? The problem is, if I play this position, I'm gonna get bombed, because I know when I face someone in this position, they can sit there the whole game. But when I do it... Okay, run that by me again, how that didn't track him. And how they got on the B cap? How did they get on the B cap? You're all fucking staring at it. Oh wow. Gaijin finally decided to make a map that wasn't just 3 spawns all laid out in the exact same line going across the middle of the map. That's it's pretty revolutionary. I have no idea how wide they can be. I'm going to assume that they can pretty much go right over there. But I want to see. That is disturbingly quick. Amazing. I do all of that damage to really do nothing at all, to then just be yeeted. Amazing. That was hilarious. Dumped into the Puma, did nothing. Shot a Tiger, like, in the side, did nothing. Shot an Abrams repeatedly in the side of the turret, was still able to shoot. And then got killed by a CV-90, who got to some back spot before I could really pay attention. I don't know why Russia can make a system that in theory is so fucking amazing, but then not give it any gun depression. You literally have a remote turret. You are not limited by that. Well, I apologize again if my gameplay wasn't the greatest, but I mean, this thing right now is just not it. Between it being 9.7, so it's basically being played alongside these other 2 vehicles. Well, actually, if you count the BMP-2M, I guess you could. But essentially, it's being played at a battle rating where there's a lot of one-and-doners, a lot of premium noobs, a lot of up-tiering as well. It does well in its own right. I would consider this thing to be more of a fire support vehicle. I would rather stick this in this lineup somewhere. I would probably even replace it with the BMP-2M as like just a secondary... like basically an AA vehicle that can kind of do the AA job, but obviously not as well as this. But at the moment, I don't know where I would really stick it in this lineup in particular. I could open up another slot, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just a really bad time to play War Thunder, and obviously everybody and their brother tries to make content during the patch week. I just wasn't having really any enjoyment out of this vehicle, although I know I probably will in the future, or would have if it wasn't so basically autistic. I mean, War Thunder for like the first month after an update is pretty obscene to play, but I would rather have a more enjoyable experience playing this, even though it is 8.0 now. It's 7.7 had a better lineup in my opinion, but I'd rather just play this. But it's not a bad fire support vehicle. It's just this battle rating in particular. I can't stand 9.7 Russia with the constant up tiers to even like just 10.3. If it's not 10.7, which only has really just a few extra vehicles, you know. I mean, now that all the Abrams except for this one are 10.7, you are literally almost always getting dragged up to 10.7 if you're fighting America. Like, no doubt about that. You're always facing the M1A1, the IPM1, and this one, the AIM, and the HSTVL as well. You can see. That Puma I shot earlier was pretty stupid that I couldn't really kill him. I thought I had kind of a kill shot on him, but I was kind of surprised I didn't. But yeah, I mean, the weakest thing about this vehicle is just its gun depression. It really is. It doesn't have the insane mobility like the Puma. It's pretty average, I would say, especially against the MBTs I'm fighting, but just, I don't know. The other weakness is all of the crew sitting right here in front. I can't even like poke out and bait the fuel tank because they're still getting clipped with shrapnel. This armor, the structural steel, I thought this was like a weird composite, but it's just apparently structural steel, which is beyond me really. is just useless. I don't know why this is even on the vehicle. Maybe just to give it a futuristic kind of look, maybe. Maybe that's what Russia was going for, but... yeah, I know. Not the greatest video out there, but, I mean... yeah, that was my experience with it. Your mileage may vary. I would recommend not buying this thing currently. I would recommend waiting a little bit, because 9.7 Russia is pretty ass. Or if you don't have the full 11.0, 10.7 stack for Russia, pop it in as a support tank. Especially if you don't have this, then yeah, it's better than obviously using this. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. As always, I'm Steel Wolf. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.